We've all been there, right? You decide, okay, that's it. I'm breaking this bad habit. And then a few days later, you're right back where you started. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about your willpower at all? Today, we're going to dive into a totally different approach from the habit reset, one that reframes the entire battle.
Seriously, why is it so ridiculously hard? You have the motivation, you've made the decision, and yet it's like this invisible force just pulls you right back in. It is an incredibly common frustration, and it turns out we've been looking at the problem completely wrong.
And this, right here, is the core idea. We blame ourselves. We think, I just have weak willpower. But what if it's not a personal failure? What if the real problem is the system you're trying to use? It's like trying to win a marathon by just running harder, when what you really need is a better map.
Okay, so if willpower isn't the answer, what is? Well, the source material points to one central concept that honestly explains everything. It's something called the comfort loop. This is the system we need to understand, not fight.
Think about it this way. A bad habit isn't some kind of moral failing. Nope, it's just a program, an app, running in the background of your brain. Your brain senses a trigger, like a wave of stress or a moment of boredom, and it automatically runs a script to find the quickest, easiest comfort it knows. That automated system is what we're really up against.
And this program runs on a super simple but incredibly powerful three-part cycle. It all starts with a cue, that jolt of stress you feel at your desk. That triggers the routine, picking up your phone and just mindlessly scrolling, which delivers the reward, a brief little escape, a feeling of comfort. Cue, routine, reward. It's a lightning-fast, powerful loop that gets reinforced every single time you do it.
And this is why just trying harder is a recipe for failure. Fighting this loop with sheer willpower is like trying to hold your breath underwater. Sure, you can do it for a little while, but eventually your body's automated systems are going to take over. You're trying to use your conscious brain to fight a subconscious program, and the program almost always wins.
So that's the system we're dealing with. But here is the really cool part. Once you can see the machine, you can start to tinker with it. You can re-engineer it. This isn't about fighting the loop anymore. It's about redesigning it. So let's get into the toolkit that shows you exactly how.
The whole process for this redesign is a really straightforward three-step plan. And what's so effective about it is that it works with your brain's wiring, not against it. It's all about identifying the cue, making the old habit harder to do, and replacing the routine with a new one. Let's walk through it.
First things first, you have to become a detective. You can't fix a system if you don't understand how it works. So the next time you feel that pull, that urge, just pause for a second. Don't judge yourself, just notice. Ask, what am I really feeling right now? A lot of the time, it boils down to one of these common triggers, like stress, boredom, or just trying to put something off. Naming that feeling is the first step to hijacking the entire loop.
Okay, once you know your trigger, you can start to re-engineer your environment. Instead of using willpower to say no over and over again, you strategically add what's called friction. You just make the bad habit a little bit harder to do. If it's junk food, don't keep it in the house. If it's social media, delete the app from your phone. The goal is to make the path of least resistance lead to a better choice.
And this is the final, and maybe the most crucial, piece of the tactical puzzle. Your brain follows that cue expecting a reward. So if you just take away the old routine, you leave this empty space, this vacuum, and your brain absolutely hates that. The real key is to replace the routine. You need to give your brain a new, better path to that same reward. If stress makes you want to scroll, maybe a 5-minute walk can give you that same sense of escape. It's about satisfying the craving, just in a healthier way.
So those 3 steps, that's the engine of your habit reset machine. It's the practical how-to part. But for that engine to keep running long-term, it needs fuel. And that fuel is something way more powerful than just wanting to stop a bad habit. It's what the source calls your anchor.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? A tactic is temporary. A why is forever. Those 3 steps we just talked about, identifying, making it harder, replacing, those are your tactics. They're the how. But tactics will eventually fail if you don't have a really powerful why. Your why is your emotional leverage. It's the reason you'll keep going when that old comfortable loop tries to pull you back in.
So what does a real why even look like? Well, it has to go deeper than just, I want to stop procrastinating. It has to be tied to your identity, to the kind of person you truly want to be. It's about being a more present parent. It's about having the energy to finally work on that passion project. It's about your future health. That's the kind of anchor that will actually hold you steady in a storm. This right here perfectly sums up the entire mindset shift. Stop seeing this as some brutal battle you have to win with force. Start seeing yourself as an architect, thoughtfully and strategically redesigning the systems that run your daily life. So look, you now have a completely new framework for change. You have a smarter strategy, not just a command to try harder. The only thing left to do is to put it to work. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one habit, the one comfort loop that you're going to start redesigning today?